improvements. We need improvements in the availability of health care, the cost of health care. We've got a cost crisis. Why are tests being done repeatedly? You can go after so much of this with just being intelligent and protecting the patient-doctor relationship, protecting the supremacy of that doctor's judgment with you as an individual. And I think the best evidence that we've got the world's greatest healthcare system is that people are beating down our doors, flying in here from all over the world.
I don't know how
Just spit them out. Just spit them out.
I don't know how you did become face-to-face with socialized medicine, but let me tell you a couple of stories. I've been retired for some time, and my wife and I like to travel. A few years ago, we were in Stockholm, Sweden. First day we were there, we did the tourist thing with a couple of other couples. We got a guy in the van, and was a young lady who showed us everything. First place she took us was to the Stockholm Medical Center, and it's impressive. They're old buildings, but a lot of them. And she started bragging on the medical care. She said, I had radical surgery here last year. It was wonderful. I said, how long did you wait? I was way up on the list. I only had to wait 32 months. And then she said, but it didn't cost me a dime. I said, what's your tax rate? She said, 47%. Now, that was looking in. A few years later, my wife and I were in Vienna. My wife got very sick. We couldn't get to see a doctor. We went to a pharmacy. The pharmacist sent it to what we would call a general practitioner here, who diagnosed my wife's case as asthma. The next morning, she went in bed and went back, so she said, you need to get to a hospital. She sent us to the University of Vienna Medical Center. Very impressive. We stayed there 2 days before we saw a doctor. They said, yes, it was acute asthma. Another 2 days, they said it's a heart valve. And we weren't on a tour. We were on our own. I said, when can I take her home? That's just a valve. You can take her home now. So the next day we were on a plane home. Exactly halfway home between Europe and here, she got a heart attack on the plane. We were fortunate to say the good Lord looks after you. We had 2 doctors 10 rows behind us. There's not a lot they could do, but they kept her alive till we got on the ground. We got her in the hospital here, and we discovered that was her second heart attack. She had had the first severe heart attack in Vienna. Now, the other thing we ran into in Vienna, when we left the hospital, I came up and said, well, you don't have a health card. I said, I don't live here. Oh, well, then we need to collect from you. I said, okay. How do you want to collect? We don't take checks. We don't take plastic. I said, how do you want me to collect? Austrian shillings or Deutschmarks. And you think socialized medicine is a walk in the park, you're way behind schedule.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. I think some of us don't understand the difference between right and a privilege. A privilege is health care. A right is my ability to keep the money I earn. What right does anyone have? If I walk up to you, sir, and I think you have every right to speak, and I appreciate you speaking in a hostile environment like this. I have no right to walk up to you and steal your money. And that's because there's a moral law. And if there's a moral law, there's a moral lawgiver. My rights come from God. They don't come from elected officials, because elected officials can take them back again. Okay? Now, here's the deal. Just a minute. It was Alexis de Tocqueville or someone, I'm not sure if it was him or not, but someone said, this is almost verbatim, he said, this type of government we have cannot last. It can only last until such time as we discover that we can vote for ourselves, largesse out of the public treasury. And for those of you that went to public school, that's me, largesse is benefits. We have learned that with passion. And the problem is, and I want to applaud you for saying no. If I was elected king, I'd give the Congress 2 years off. here, you know, the Supreme Court was never, by the designers, intended to have the power that they have taken.
That's true. Or it control school finance, as we do in Texas.
Right. And I want to know when the Congress, and I'm not a constitutional attorney, I believe it's the Congress's job to hold them accountable and impeach them when they step outside Congress. I realize if we decided to do it today, it wouldn't happen. Obviously, hopefully in 2 years it could. But nevertheless, that's a big problem. Look at the Ninth Circuit. That's not Supreme Court, but you know, they have overturned what the people in California have overwhelmingly voted for again and again and again, and they're not alone. That's right. And now we have the most recent person overturned. Sotomayor was confirmed today. Everyone should bow their head in prayer. She's going to take away. She's the last vote that they need to take away the Second Amendment, folks. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Souter's place, and Souter voted against this.
Oh, did he? Okay. Then
We're still fighting.
we're in trouble.
It's close.
Yeah. So anyway,
America doesn't have much time.
that's right. But anyway, thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you for being here.
Go ahead, sir. That's all about all the wire we got.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for opposing the cap and trade in healthcare legislation. Cap and trade is terrible, but this healthcare bill, I speak as a senior citizen.
Speak up.
I'll,
Speak right into the mic, just like this, sir. There you go. He's speaking as a senior citizen concerned about the health care bill, as everyone who's 65 or older ought to be really up in arms with a flintlock about this thing. Figuratively speaking.
I'm a World War II veteran, and I'm married to a nurse who was a psychiatric nurse at the hospital, so you could imagine. Anyway, she has been through a lot of things, and so both of us have. But the thing that concerns me, those of you who know, you know what battlefield triage is? Yeah. Okay. This bill will subject seniors to triage because, and triage is simply the work, if you're in really bad shape, you're going to be last on the care list. And that's what I think seniors will be. There are many, many objectionable features in this bill. One of them is that doctors will be paid at the same level regardless of their specialty.
Yes, sir.
It's just the laundry list that the representative has prepared will tell you a lot of things, and it should be very, very scary. My wife is now 85 years old, and she has a cardioverter, which is a combination pacemaker defibrillator. She got it in 2003. Okay, you could do the math. 85 less 6 is 79. If she were in England, she wouldn't have gotten it. Absolutely not, because it's socialized medicine. You can't get a bypass there. I have heard a statistic that says that the prostate cancer deaths in England is 400% higher than the United States. I'm a prostate cancer survivor. Hey, you can say all you want to about this healthcare system in the United States, and it's not perfect, but I'm going to